Hey guys, welcome back to the channel. I recreated Kiara Advani's wedding makeup look, which had everyone swooning over it. So if you want to know how I got to this, then keep on watching. Okay, so Kiara's wedding look is honestly not any different from her any other looks in her movies, in her public appearances, even on her Instagram. I think uska makeup look pretty much simple hi rehta hai. She has a really beautiful skin and they kind of play on it, so it's always very neutral, very natural makeup, very much like Alia Bhatt's makeup right now. So the first step is going to be focusing on the base, and for a good foundation etc base you need a really good skincare primer base. So let's get ahead with the primer. I like this primer quite a lot. This is the L'Oreal Infallible Lasting Primer, and its texture is like really nice, runny, almost like a moisturizer, which is kind of what I like in a primer. The lighter they are, because they kind of blend in seamlessly and then they create a really nice like tacky little base, so foundation sticks onto it really well. Don't need much, just a little all over your face. तो स्किन केयर मैंने एक्चुअली पहले ही कर लिया था आज. So we're just gonna focus on the makeup today. I also like putting it on my eye. Super fast absorbing and nice little chip here. So the base is clean and even, though we're gonna have to conceal these babies, and we just are going to make sure that it looks very like it was always like that. So I'm going to start with this corrector. This is from K Beauty. This is the peach corrector, which works really well on my skin tone. If you have a deeper dark circles, you can go ahead with an orange corrector. I'm not using a green for my acne today because it's alright, like it's manageable right now. And I'm just going to use the peach all over. I think it gives me a really nice concealed look, and it also kind of goes well with my undertone, which is neutral. And just wherever I would kind of put my concealer, I'm putting this also, because I'm trying to get jitna even possible ho base. And then usually I like to use like a very small concentrated brush for my concealer or corrector, but you know what, I just want to use the sponge today. बहुत हल्के हाथ से you just have to spot correct. There's pigmentation around your mouth, mostly under the eyes, so definitely apply some over there, and don't apply too much. It shouldn't show through, like concealer or foundation के ऊपर नहीं दिखना चाहिए. Just gonna correct this area just a tad bit. Okay, do you see how it's kind of already slightly even just with the corrector that I've added on top? We're now gonna add a brightening concealer. This one is from Wet n Wild. Same जहाँ पे corrector डाला था वहीं पे. Honestly, Kiara's makeup look is not really any different from what people like to do in general, because she likes to keep it so simple, which I truly appreciate. Okay, so both the corrector and this concealer are a tad bit drying, so make sure that your base is really well prepped. You can even mix like kuch hydrating, like maybe a facial oil or something of that sort, either with your concealer or with the foundation that you're going to put on top, so that it doesn't like crack or anything under your makeup. Okay, so we have concealed as well. Now another tricky thing with Kiara's makeup and like that kind of makeup for celebrities in general is that it is so light, like it looks so even and so light, and you can't do that if you have like a really cakey base. So you need a product that's going to like give you coverage. It's going to look really nice, it's going to be slightly glowy and dewy, but it's not going to look cakey. Though I just found this foundation like 2 months ago. This is the Shiseido Synchro Skin Foundation. This is also one of my more expensive foundations. This was around 4,000 something rupees, but ek second, I will just apply this and tell me you don't love the way it looks on my skin. Can you see it's already glowing? Matlab, it gives you such a beautiful, smooth, soft, glowy base. There's such a wonderful variety like of shades also to choose from, so you will definitely find something that works for you. And a little goes a long way with this foundation. So can you just like ये साइड देखो, इधर इधर ही लगाया अभी foundation, and look at this. This is the kind of consistency you need, especially when you're recreating Bollywood looks. Also, you know, I have seen a lot of people comment on these recreation videos where they're like, oh, but you don't look like her, or like you don't have the facial features that are the same as her. But the point is to recreate the makeup and not recreate the whole like face of that person. You have to do makeup and you have to apply techniques that suit your face. So whenever you're trying to even recreate something from a celebrity, you just have to make sure ki you kind of get the idea of what the whole look is about and what it looks like, and you can replicate it in a way that will complement your face shape and your features. So always keep that in mind, like that's the purpose. हम देख रहे हैं कि हम इस makeup look को break down कैसे कर सकते हैं and how it's going to work for us, but ultimately it has to work for us. So keep in mind. And that is the completed base. We are going to quickly set this in place and then बाकी सारी चीज़ें I'm going to do with powders today. It's been such a while since I've shared like a tutorial proper sit down. तो बहुत सारे products हैं जो मैंने बीच में try करे हैं that I really want to talk to you about. One of which is this. This is the Wet n Wild setting powder. It is such a good setting powder. Like this is very very easy to like just put on your face, super quick to do it with a big brush. You can even do it with a sponge actually. It's not gonna cake up your base too much and it'll quickly mattify, but like enough, not gonna look like you have just plastered your face with something. I really like to use it with a big brush. हल्का सा बस dab करो and then just blend it out whatever brush में है उससे. You need the tiniest amount. मतलब इतना सारा powder है, ये बहुत चलेगा ये. Okay, so now we don't have to worry much about creasing our makeup from anywhere. Now let's move on to the rest of the face. I have tried I don't know how many lip balms and I love almost all of them. This one is from Laneige and this is their grapefruit pamplemousse. I really like it. It smells very much like a grapefruit, which I don't know if it's a good thing or a bad thing, but it'll just take away all of this dryness here. I also have a little bit of concealer on, but जब तक पूरा face खत्म करेंगे, this will get really softened and you can just peel off the layer. Okay, so another set of new finds has been Pixie makeup. I have not really used much of Pixie makeup apart from a few products, but this is like their contour blush all-in-one palette. I really enjoyed it. And right now also, if you see on like Kiara's face, there's not much that's going on apart from the eyes, plus these photos are always edited, so matlab you will never know unless you saw them in person कि वो कैसा लग रहा था. Another thing is that Kiara has a really beautiful chiseled like fit body and face, which clearly I don't have. So thoda bahut we're gonna have to like improvise. But this blush is slightly like thoda sa deep for my skin tone. So I'm just gonna be very light-handed with it and only apply it on the sides of my face because I don't think there's a lot on her cheeks. If there is, we'll just extend it a little later. But pehle I'm gonna apply the blush. Another like recent find along with makeup products are makeup brushes. These are from Verified by Anam Chashmawala. Verified is a brand that I have talked about quite a bit before on my channel, but I am also like, she's my friend, but I'm also genuinely surprised by the fact कि वो इतने बढ़िया products कैसे निकाल रही है. The brushes have been my personal favorite from everything that she's launched. I love her IRL Paris filter powders so much. But I think the brushes are going to be my first love when it comes to her collection. And then I also really love the lip oils. मतलब बहुत सारी चीज़ें जो अभी मैं दिखा नहीं रही वीडियो में क्योंकि सब कैसे लगाऊँ. But there's so much that I like. And I think अभी बात करते करते भी मैंने blush काफ़ी लगा लिया है. But I need this much to have like some sort of chiselness to my face. Little bit here and very little on just the tip of my nose. Just to kind of bring some focus here. And sometimes if you think that you've gone slightly overboard with blush anything, you can just take the brush or the sponge that you use to apply your foundation with and then just thoda sa upar laga lo. It'll kind of blend it in with the base and it's not going to look too crazy. It's not going to be wet either. And yeah, we're good to go. Ye sponge abhi काम आएगा. Okay, so contour definitely is very minimal क्योंकि ma'am has a beautiful like a jawline. She has some really nice chiseled cheeks. Again, something that I simply do not have. But still, I'm going to follow the technique that she has because I do really like the technique as just like for makeup, where you just concentrate the contour right outside. So it still gives you the illusion of like chiseled cheeks without having to add too much product. So halka bronzer, nothing much. I'm going to take my Nykaa eyeshadow quad and just take a really nice cool tone brown. थोड़ा सा बस उसके ऊपर लगा रही हूँ, नथिंग मच. ब्लश का पिंक भी थोड़ा कॉम्प्लीमेंट हो जाएगा. अभी नाउ कम्स द fun part is where I'm contouring my nose. Like for now I think this is good. Any other touch-ups we can do as we do the makeup. The only heavy thing that Kiara's done is just on the eyes. वो भी edit करके सारा तो same ही tone लग रहा है. But still, see, can you see how much like difference the bronzer is making? This eyeshadow palette from Nykaa, it's really good. 4 colors, so very easy for beginners to work with. This one in particular I like quite a lot because ये बहुत beginner friendly है. You can create all of your safe and your creative looks also with this, especially smoky eyes, which is a very I don't know, which is like a crowd favorite for a lot of us. So yeah, this is a really fun palette, really easy on the pocket as well. Nice place to start. I'm gonna apply the same trick with my sponge. I'm gonna just even everything out. It's gonna look like it was already blended into the skin. So I pulled up another photo of her just to look at what her brows look like. So they're thick यहाँ से, and then they kind of arch beautifully ऊपर, and then they go light, which gotta work with what you got. So yeah, let's just try and replicate it as close to it as possible. I'm gonna use my Benefit Precisely My Brow Pencil, simply because it's just very easy to get like hair-like strokes with this, and I can control the thickness and the thinness of the brow with it. बाद में ज़रूरत पड़ा तो I'm gonna conceal it, and I just realized कि मेरे पास बस इतनी सी बची है, so maybe this will be the last look for it. So we're gonna start अंदर से today, just like that, upward strokes. It's fine if it kind of gets a little uneven, we can clear that up afterwards. But then her eyebrow shape is also kind of like, she has more hair over here, and then it kind of thins as it goes outwards. And to maintain the arch, ऊपर से करेंगे brow को fill, अंदर से थोड़ा सा छोड़ देंगे so that it kind of looks like it's arched up. So basically you just have to keep following this technique only, but it will take like a little while to just finish this off completely. So I'm going to quickly do it off camera and be back. Okay, brows are done as close as we could get, and now I'm just going to set these in place and kind of brush them upwards with the brow mascara. So this one is from Huda Beauty. I really like it because it has thoda sa pigment, so it kind of coats your eyebrow hair really well, and it also sets them in place. Doesn't feel too heavy either, so that's something I like. And especially if you have like thoda downturned, a little bit stubborn like eyebrows, this can be like a game changer. So Kiara's eyebrows are bushy, but they're not very well done. Like they're still like uski natural brow pe halka sa kar diya waisa. So I've kind of kept it as natural looking as possible, but with the added depth. And I think this is the closest that we can go. For the eyes, I see that there's like an orange sort of eyeshadow, but I think कि वो editing से लग रहा है वैसे, and it probably is just like a nice neutral to cold toned brown, and then that's all over the lid. And then we have a little bit, say, a pink, fleshy pink sort of a shimmer in the middle. Good. I think we can do like a brown, and with the pink that is basically complementing her lehenga. Let's start with the brown. I think the brown from the Nykaa palette is good. I'm going to pick up another brush. So blending brush like this should work. I'm just going to take a little bit and apply it all over the crease, and just we're going to make sure कि ये crease काफ़ी defined लगे. So I'm just going to darken it, but still keep it like blended. Can you see there's already like a line? So we've created a fake crease with this. We're just going to keep blending it till it looks really nice and seamless. I've also kind of connected the brown from the outer corner just to give it like slightly pointy sa look. I'm just going to continue with the brown under my lash line as well. Okay, next step is to add a nice little fleshy pink shimmer. Let me see. Okay, I think I found it. I think this palette is a really good match. This is the Wet n Wild Color Icon palette. So there's a really nice peachy sort of color here, and then there's a very nice pink shimmer over here. So what we're going to do is just going to apply the peach tone pehle with a brush, and then we can just add some shimmer up top. I'm going to take another blending brush only, like just a fluffy one, and just put this all over my lid. This is also quite pink, like it's coming out pink on the lid, so that works for us. Just make sure to blend both the colors. So we have the pink on the lid. Going to take this shimmer, the back of my finger over here. It is not as crazy shimmery as I was hoping it to be, but it's not bad. So she has some eyelash extensions. We can do the same with a false lash. However, I'm just going to take the same Pixie palette and I'm going to do the inner corner with the nice pink shimmer, which now that I think about it, I can also kind of just taking the inner corner and kind of extending it thoda niche. This works really well on my eye shape especially, so I'm just gonna wing it. And yeah, that's the eye completed. Now we're gonna do the eyes. We're gonna complete the eyes. So I have these lashes from PAC. These are the PAC tapered lashes 2 and 3. I also have the lash glue and my super fan mascara from Smashbox. So we're gonna do mascara, glue and lash, and I'm gonna come right back. I really love this mascara. It really lengthens and separates my lashes. Like, it's honestly one of the best. And this is a mini size, which I appreciate even more because you can just use it fully, and if you get bored and if you want to change, you don't really feel as guilty because it's such a small like quantity कि आप actually realistically इसको use कर ही लोगे पूरा. Lower, this is also really good for lower lashes, just by the way. I have really scarce छोटा lower lashes and it's very complicated to add mascara no matter how good the mascara is. So I really appreciate this mascara in particular. Okay, now that this is on, we're gonna go ahead and add our lashes. For some reason मेरी lash नहीं अटक रही थी, so I applied the PAC 53 lash. This is a slightly heavier lash as well, so I think that works a lot better for the look. Everything is done now. Let's get on to the lip. Now again, वो photos जो मैं देख रही हूँ ना, they're so like on the side and inverted, so it's a little hard to kind of get and kind of gauge the exact color. It's a beautiful like a nude orangey pink. Let me check the video also. Again, I have tried, this is looking slightly orange, but I'm sure it's not orange. It's a really nice vibrant pink, so we're gonna try recreate that and also kind of pick up different shades from her other makeup looks. So this is Kiro Beauty's Sandy Rose. I'm still trying to figure out a color that would be close to it. But what I'm going to do is just apply it in my fingers, because this does have that orangey tint to it. Okay, so this is Revlon Ultra HD Matte Lip Color. Sure, like this is not the color, but I really can't tell much. In the past, when I've done these recreations, I have gone really close to the color. This one has me confused also a tad bit. I'm kind of just going with whatever would just like match right now. I need something slightly orangish. I have a blush that has an orange tone in it, so I'm going to mix that in this. So this is the Love Fest blush from Huda Beauty, and this is in the shade Toasted Tangerine. Really, really beautiful blush. I think that's the kind of, yeah. See how immediately it's kind of changed? This is the shade that we're looking for ideally. She's not wearing like a full orange lipstick for sure. But yeah, it's definitely like a more like warmer pink. She does not have a lot of highlight in the face, or the photos are just really mattified on the edit. However, I'm still going to add just a tad bit of highlighter. Just going to take some pink highlighter only from the Pixie palette. And you know what, let's just add the highlighter with the blush brush on top of the blush. बहुत हल्के से, so that you can't really tell much. Do any finishing touches that you might like or that you think are missing from the look. And that is the completed look. I tried to jugadify everything from head to toe. Try to go as close to the look as possible, but I hope you guys liked this recreation. I have missed doing tutorial videos. I love talking to you guys. I love talking to the camera. I don't care if the algorithm doesn't support this, but I'm so happy with how this has turned out. I love Kiara's makeup style. It's very, very unique to her because she doesn't really change it up that often, and I think she kind of sticks to it, but that's what I think. And it looks lovely on her, so I hope I was able to give you say a breakdown into the look, and if that's something that you want to do for your own wedding or for any other function, maybe this could be a tutorial you could follow. So if you liked it, make sure to leave me a like, a comment, and also make sure to subscribe. I'm going to see you in the next one. Bye.